I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a little bit chilly lately. Autumn is coming, isn't it? Or is it winter is coming? We're actually going to be saying goodbye to the summer triangle very, very soon. We're hanging on to it. The summer triangle, if you look, it's actually going to be in the southwest now. It is this huge, if you can see it, it just looks like a huge triangle. There are 3 different constellations associated with the summer triangle, and that is Lyra, which has got Vega as the bright star. We have got Aquila, which has got Altair as the bright star, and we've got Cygnus the Swan, which has got Deneb as the bright star. So the summer triangle, as I say, is going to be fast disappearing now. And if you've ever noticed, if you're in a really clear, dark sky, you get this denser knot of stars going all across the sky. It's a band, and that is what we're looking at, the band of the Milky Way. And if you know the constellation of Cygnus the Swan is flying through the Milky Way. So saying goodbye to the summer triangle, we welcome in the autumn and winter constellations. These are my favourites, I have to say. And at the moment, we are seeing the 7 sisters rising over between northeast and the east, and it is coming up over, and it's a dense knot of stars, the 7 sisters of the Pleiades, open cluster of stars. Beautiful to look at through binoculars. So if you can, go out and have a look. So the 7 sisters coming up about 7:45 at the moment, but it's going to get earlier and earlier and earlier as we go on through the autumn and the winter. Now, this heralds the wonderful, it's actually in the constellation of Taurus, so it's a really wonderful constellation. But then again, behind that, what have we got? We have got Orion the Hunter. And Orion the Hunter's got loads of stuff that you can have a look at, even through binoculars. It's really a fascinating constellation to have a look at. You're going to have to wait until late November, December before it gets really high in the sky in the hours if you want to see it before midnight. But if you can wait up late or be in the morning hours, you will be seeing Orion. So Orion, Betelgeuse, is the super red giant, and it's sort of been a bit mistranslated as the armpit of the central one. But if you look at Orion the Hunter in mythology, Betelgeuse sits under his left armpit. So that, if you're looking at Orion, is the top left of the major part of the constellation, which we will recognise. We have got Bellatrix on the right, and we have got Saiph on the left, and we've got Rigel on the bottom right. Rigel's really bright white star, so you'll be able to spot that too. And then we have a waist, and in the waist we have the 3 stars of Orion's belt. And hanging underneath Orion's belt, we have the Sword of Orion. The Sword of Orion hides all sorts of wonderful things, including the Orion Nebula. Now, the Orion Nebula, if you've got a very, very clear night, crisp, no moon, and you're in a very dark site with no light pollution, you should be able to see a smudgy patch. And you think, can I just rub my eyes and get rid of it? No, you're actually looking at the Orion Nebula with your own eyes. This is a star-forming region. You're looking at a stellar nursery. Fabulous. Get your binoculars on it and you'll see this smudgy patch come a little bit more alive. And we're always looking back in time with these things, but you are looking potentially at stars being born. Now, Orion could have an association with us here in Sussex. We have lots of myths and stories around this area. And you've probably heard of the Long Man at Wilmington. Now, around Christmas time, Orion sits right above the Long Man at Wilmington. Could it be associated with the Long Man of Wilmington? Could the Long Man of Wilmington be modelled on Orion? Do we know? I don't. In the autumn skies, as we're saying goodbye to the summer triangle and welcoming in the beautiful constellations of Taurus and Orion, we've got the Great Square of Pegasus, which we can't ignore really, because the Great Square of Pegasus is pointing like this down to Pisces, and Pisces is where we find Mars. So how are we going to find the Great Square of Pegasus if it's not actually very prominent to your eyes? We have to look a little bit north, and we are going to find the constellation of Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is quite prominent. It forms a W in the night sky. And we can sort of say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars in this constellation. So go to star number 3 and go and draw a line, imaginary line, down through star number 4. Keep going and you'll get to the Great Square of Pegasus.